Simplifying radicals. In this video, we will discuss taking the root, especially when the index n is odd or even number.
So stay tuned.
We are taking the nth root of a raised to the power n, and we are just taking out the radical sign, so it is equal to a.
In this case, there are two things that will happen.
Example, we are going to take the cube root of 8 or positive 8.
It is equal to the cube root of 8 raised to the power 3 or cube.
So the cube root and the power 3 cancel, so the answer is 2.
Suppose we are taking the cube root of negative 8.
It is equal the cube root of negative 2 raised to the power 3, which is equal to negative 2.
It is because negative 8 is equal to negative 2 multiplied by itself 3 times.
In this case, our index is odd, which is 3 or cube. In the first example, our radicand 8 is positive, and the answer is positive 2. In the second example, our radicand is negative 8, and the answer is negative 2. So for odd index, or odd nth root, the sign of the answer follows the sign of the radicand a. Another example, suppose we're taking the square root of 9.
It is equal to the square root of 3 raised to the power 2 or square, which is equal to 3.
But the square root of 9 could be equal to negative 3 being multiplied 2 times. It is because negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9.
Which is equal to the square root of negative 3 squared.
Which could give the answer negative 3.
So the square root of 9 are positive 3 and negative 3. But we are after here taking the absolute value of 3, so we are taking most of the time positive 3. But in the topic taking the roots of quadratic equation, we will use but the negative and positive roots of numbers. So for odd index n, the sign of the answer follows the sign of the radicand. And for even index n, the answer is the absolute value of the nth root of a raised to the power n. Could it be possible to have square root of negative 9? Negative 9 comes from negative 3 times positive 3. Negative 3 and positive 3 are not the same, but they are opposite. So for even index n, it is not possible to have real number root but complex number. It's equal to 3a, or 3 times imaginary number I, in the case of square root of negative 9. No real number root of negative radicand if the index is even number n.